Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of how to make a 550 Paracord stock whip. In this segment I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the handle for the stock whip and the keeper and the knot that goes around the keeper. I hope you learned something. Here we go. Okay guys, we're going to start with the handle of the stock whip. This is a 5/8 inch around, okay, 36-inch piece long. So we cut it in half, we get 2 18s, all right? So you need a hacksaw, tape measure, a pen. It's very important when you pick this out, either at Home Depot or Menards, Lowe's, wherever you guys go, that the rod is straight. See what I'm saying? That it's true, because you don't want a handle that's warped, because sometimes these rods will do this all the way down. You don't want to make a handle out of that, so especially for the taper, we're actually going to taper it. So cut that in half. Sorry, I'm right in the way. Let's see if I can get you guys a better shot. Okay. That way you guys can make 2 stock whips, alright? And I know you're probably seeing this stuff right here. I am going to stain it. I got 2 different colored stains, red mahogany and classic gray. And then for the clear coat, the polyurethane, it's Minwax Helmsman. And if you don't want to use let's see, paint thinner to clean the brushes every time, I just buy the cheapo brushes. That way you can just throw them away. They're only like 60 cents, so not too bad. To taper the whip handles, we're going to need a belt sander. You don't need to use a lathe for this. A belt sander works perfect. You need 50 grit sandpaper, 50 grit belt. And what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. See this plate on here? We're going to go like that all the way down it and spin as you're doing it. Okay, and that'll create our taper. We got our 50 grit belt in. You are going to need a belt sander that stays on. Okay. And I got something to kind of balance it out. Don't forget your earplugs or ear muffs, and most importantly, safety glasses. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on and we're going to start tapering the dowel rod, okay? I'm just going to show you how to do it. Make sure you keep spinning it. Alright, that's just to show you the basic idea what we're going for, okay? As you can see, it's already started to taper it. I want you to keep going. I think I stopped right about there. And then it had a slow taper all the way to the tip, which you want this to be about 1/4 inch, which looks like it's about 3/8 right now, but you can have it a little stiffer. You don't have to go all the way down. You can just do it like that right there. Okay? But that is the basics of how to do this. And then the next, for the next pieces, the next belt you're going to need, it's going to be an 80 grit belt. And then for the final touch, you're going to take 220 sandpaper and just do it all by hand. Get all the rough grooves out. I'm sure you can see that. That's pretty rough right now. You can see it's all like scratched. Yeah, you want to get those out. And then you're ready for staining if you want, or polyurethane. It all depends on what you guys want to do. I'm going to try to fast track this a little bit. I mean, hopefully you got the idea in the last part of this segment here. We started with oak 5/8 inch oak dowel rod, and then this is what you kind of want to end up with. It's a fairly good taper all the way down. It does get pretty steep right in this area, so if you just wanted to, you know, do about a 8-inch section where it's just steep, that's up to you, okay? And then the stain and polyurethane is optional, but I did it because I believe that wood warps over time, so this kind of helps it preserve it a little bit better. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this, the tip here. To create that with a belt sander, just go like this to get a little notch dug out. We'll create like a little V wedge cut in the side. Nice and light, just do that and spin it. And then to get it notched right here, about 3/4 of an inch, I just went like this, right in the round part. Went like that, up and down a little bit, not too much, because you still want it to be strong, you know. And that'll create a lock-in spot for our keeper, not to just fly off when we're whipping our Stockwhip. I'm hoping. Anyways, once you get to this stage, I taper the rod down at this end to 5/16 of an inch. So you want this end to be 5/16 inch wide or across. Okay, and once you get to that stage, you're ready for the next step where you're going to attach the keeper right now. We're going to be doing the keeper on the handle now. We're going to start with a small one, which is actually going to go down to here and fill in that little notch area. What you're going to need is 4 22-inch strands of 550 paracord. Gut them out. So if you guys haven't done that yet, which you haven't, hit pause. Find the halfway points, which I have. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull about 1.5 inches this way. Okay, something like that. Do this one. Okay. So the center is actually right here right now for those strands. We pulled them an inch and a half this way. All right. All right. Make sure they're tight together. Snug down on the vise. Okay, it's just like the other one. Take the second one in, go over the top of the third one in, and there's our start. You can see it's pointing to that corner. So we go under, pointing to that corner. This one's going to go over, then under. Okay, now we're back to 2 on each side. All right. Looking good. Okay. Keep that going for about, let's see here, about 2.5 inches, maybe 2. Actually, we're at about 3 inches right now, as you can see. And that wraps around the rod pretty good. Just right anyways. Okay. Hopefully you did what I said and ground down the tip here a little bit. Like I said, it's almost like a drumstick. That's going to keep our keeper on. Okay. All right. To get this one started, we're going to do the same thing we did for the whip portion. Make sure I'm right here. Okay. And this doesn't matter because they're all the same length, so that's nice. And what I did before, push the tip to the, kind of hold it with your leg there so it's against the rod or against this part. Okay, our one strand pointing to that corner. So we're going to grab this. We're going to go over 2 in the front. Alright, now I know what you're thinking, it's pointing to that corner, but we're going to grab from that side now. The top one over here in the back. We're going to go under 1, over 2. Alright. Alright, we already took one from that side, so we're going to take one from this side. Last one in the back on this side. Under 1, over 2 on this side, on the left. Okay. Now we should have 4 over here, which we do. We count that top one that's in the front. Last one in the back, on the right. under 2, over 2. All right. Make sure you keep the handle pushed against it so it's tight. Grab the top strand on this side. We're pointing to this corner. Since all 4 strands are up front now, or 4 strands on this side, 4 strands on that side. Grab the top one. Around the back, under 2, over 2. Not too bad. Point to that corner. Under 2, over 2. Point to that corner. Under 2, over 2. Alright, go down for a couple more passes. I'd say about 5 more, just so you have a little extra. Okay? Alright, I forgot to tell you guys, before you start giving yourself a little extra here, once you do get all 4 on this side, 4 on this side, snug them all down really good. Okay? Make sure they're tight, because this is gonna really matter when you go to whip. That's pretty tight. Okay. Just keep going down. That should be pretty good. Because we're far enough in, I think. You got a pair of hemostats, or you could tie all these strands into one in the back, just to keep them tight. Okay? These work the best. They're holding it secure. Alright, we have nylon thread on there. We're going to bind it really tight for about, where's that measure? We're going to do it for right under an inch. Okay? It's probably about like a 7/8 of an inch. Just keep doing that. We're just trying to help secure this loop on there so it doesn't fly off. Alright, we went all the way to the top. Start going back down. Okay, just like that. You see, it's rock solid now. Okay. So it's about about 3/4 of an inch is what I bound. All right. To tie this one off, I took a little loop, just like we do for the artificial sinew, to tie it off where all four, usually the 4 strands on a belly end, and we wrap the sinew around it. And once you get back to the top, how you end it with a little loop, and then wrap it around a couple times. And I just pulled that loop through, and the strand, I melted it, so it's secure enough for now. Anyways, for this, after it's secure, you lose this. Take a razor blade or an X-Acto knife. Now when you cut these, cut them about, so it's about a 1/16 of an inch sticking out from underneath the thread. Okay, so do that. Okay, we trim the excess off. Now what I do is just take a lighter. You gotta be careful too. Even though this is gonna be covered, I still don't want to get the polyurethane, you know, lit up, because that's not a good habit to start. Because on the next one, the next loop that goes over this, you have to be really careful, because you'll end up burning the polyurethane on the wood. Just pat them down. That's what you should be. Something like this is what you end up with. What happened was it seated itself in that little notch that we built. About a 1 inch to 3/4 inch notch that's in the wood. Sorry, I got off track there. So this is the first loop of the keeper. Next loop, you're going to need 6 strands at 30 inches each. Gut those. Hit pause if you have to. Okay, this time we're going to pull about 2 inches, right around that mark. So grab each one, right about there. Okay, so all of our centers are right about here. It's about 2 inches, maybe an inch and 3/4. Get those all snugged up so they're tight. Tighten down your vise. Three on each side. Take the third one in from the left. Go over the top, the fourth one in from the left. There we go. Point to that corner. So over one, under one. Now we're pointing to that corner, the one that has 3 moves. Under, over, under. Now we're back to 3 on each side. I gotta stand up. Over, under. Point to that corner. Under, over, under. Over, under. Under, over, under. Okay. Continue on. I want to say about 3 inches. We've reached just about right, 3 inches. And when you're making these flat braids, make sure you end with 3 on each side or 2 on each side, depending on the size. So, all right, we'll take this out of the vise. Here, I'll show you real quick. Then it fits over it. You can see it's holding it pretty tight. That's a piece of aluminum rod right there. Just double check, make sure the back looks good, that it comes around. It looks good. So we're going to take this out of the vise. Try to keep your I try to keep the 2 right ones. Most of you guys are probably right-handed. Keep the 2 left ones pinched when you take it out. It'll be 3. Here, hold on. 3 in the front, 3 in the back. Keep those pinched together so you don't get confused. All right. Got the pipe back in the vise. I got my 3 pinched on that side. So if you're right-handed, you'd be like this. Okay? Depending on how you want to make it. Alright. Try to get it centered over the top of that one. I still got mine pinched on that side. Kind of just seat it down a little bit because we are going to tug on it once we get plating here. Okay. We look at the front. It's pointing to that corner. So we're going to grab the one back here. We're going to go over 3 in the front. Okay. Like I said, I know what you're thinking. It shows go that way again. No, we're going to go. Try to keep those 2 separate in the back. Hold on. There. We're going to go over here, even though it's pointing that way. Alright? So we have 4 on this side in the front now. So we're going to go under 1, over 3. Okay. Like I said, don't follow this yet. Not that corner. We're gonna go this corner because we just took one from that. All right. So there's 4 on this side now in the front. Take your next one in line in the back. There's 2 back there. Under 1, over 3. Now we're going to go to this side. Now there's 5 up front. You're going to go under 2, over 3. Okay. There's our last one in the back. There's 5 on this side now. Under 2, over 3. Okay. Last one in the back on this side. You have 6 up front now. On the right, under 3, over 3. Okay, at this point, you should have 6 on this side in the front, 6 on this side in the front. So we're going to do our 12 plat. Start snugging it down so this knot kind of collapses around, or this flat braid kind of collapses around the smaller braid that's underneath. Get all the slack out. Oh, too much. Okay, everything's looking pretty good. You can kind of see it just kind of wraps around it, right where you're pulling tension on it. Okay, now we look at our plat here. It's pointing to that corner, so it's actually one of the one in the front here. Around the back, on this side, under 3, over 3. Keep these extremely tight as you plate down this handle, okay? The tighter the better for this portion. Under 3, over 3. Okay, just continue down. I believe it was 3 inches on this one. Yeah, so there you go. Go down to 3 inches. Go a little past, probably about 3.5, maybe 4. just so you get a little extra. All right. Platted down the handle for about 3.5 inches, but I tied it with the nylon thread. Now we're going to bind it just like we did for the first loop that we put on there. When you measure this, push against the rod that it's in. So we're probably going to bind it down to about 2 inches and 7/8 of an inch. So we're going to go up and then down the whole thing. All right. I bound this for about 2.5 inches. A little bit over, maybe 2 3/4. So we're doing to cut our strands off right here. When I bound it, the spacing on it was about, when I went up, I'd say about 1/8 of an inch. And then go back down it and split the 1/8 of an inch you just made, and it should be good. Bound it, cut the excess strands off. I melted these right here, but you gotta be careful because you don't want to melt the polyurethane. Even if you guys decide you don't want to do that, if you paint it, spray paint, whatever you guys got, be careful because the lighter will melt the paint or polyurethane. So, all right, you see this big dip right here we got? We're gonna take that. We're gonna wrap some artificial seating around that. Bind it tight. I'm going to go down a little farther. I'd probably stop right there, then go back. I have to go down a little farther because I melted some of these strands down here at the bottom by mistake, so just to reassure that those are secure, I'm binding it anyways. Got a little lighter happy there. Go back up and start tightening it up. See, we're losing that lip. That's what we want. We have to go down another, once you get to it, another 1/2 inch, then back down. Then back down like this. We're trying to make it all equal, is what we're trying to do. Okay, then back up. Pretty good. Okay. Now to end it, this. Got a 6-inch piece. loop on there like that. Actually, let's go like this, go upside down. You can pull this tight if you want. Okay. Go for the loop. Just like that. Grab your loop. Pull through. It's pretty even. Close enough anyways. Okay, that part's done. For this part, you're going to need to gut out about a 6-foot piece of 550 paracord. So hit pause, do that. What we're going to do, put your permanent lock needle on one end. And this end, melt it, pinch it. Okay. Now what we're going to do, you guys got super glue, Gorilla Glue. All right, right here. Put a little drop on there, if we can. Just like that. Take the end we just melted. Kind of press that in there. That should set us up. Okay. Take your strand, go round. Might have to go around twice to actually jump up onto the artificial sinew. Alright, we're on. Now when you're putting this on there, don't put it on tight, because we're going to make a knot or a hitch that's actually called a grapevine hitch. Just put it on nice and loose. Okay. Continue on with that all the way to the top. Alright, we've made it to the top. What to do now? Take your needle end, go under one like this. Okay. This will be kind of tricky to show you guys, but so we went under one. Now see if I can show you that. There you go. Alright. What we're going to do is try to get your paracord as flat as possible so you don't get twists in the cord. We're going to go under two now, right behind it. So we went under right here. We're going to go right behind where we went under. Okay, pull that through. You don't have to pull super tight yet. Just to set it up. Okay, you get your first. Now from there, we just want under 2. We're going to drop down 1, right behind it, go under 2 again. Right behind the previous strand we just put through. And it's pretty important when I said wrap this loose, this part right here, because look, you can just wiggle all around. That way you can get the needle through for most of them. Try not to get the twist in there. Okay, then we're going to drop down 1 again. Right behind the one we just put through. Go under 2 again. And I got a twist, guys. I think. No, that's okay. Don't pull real tight yet on these. So continue doing that. What I do is I look at the loop that we just put around it, and where we just came through, just go 1 above it, and then under 2 of them. And you continue on doing that, and it creates like a spiral effect around the hitch. So continue on. We've done that all the way down to the bottom here. And if you made it loose, that's a good thing, because we're going to go back through right now and tighten it. We're going to snug everything down. At the start at the bottom, where you originally glued that piece, just kind of get the slack out of it. Because it spirals up. Okay. Just continue up to take the slack out until we get to here. Then I'll show you what we got to do for this. Alright. Alright, once you tighten the spiral all the way around it, and you get to the top here, the last one that actually tucks in and starts to do the spiral around the towards the bottom. Once you get to that last one right here, make sure you pull this one tight. Okay? Then as you go, taking the slack out here, try to keep them flat as you can, as flat as you can. Keep working your way down, pulling the slack out. Okay, just like that. Continue on until we get to the bottom. Okay, we've taken all the slack out. We've reached the bottom. Now what you guys need to do is start pushing each little square towards that way. And as you do that, everything just tightens up. Rock solid. Okay? It's actually my third attempt at this knot, or this hitch. So I just realized that you can actually tighten it by turning it. So as you can see, it looks pretty cool. Anyways, I'd probably recommend, because this is the last one right here, maybe putting a little glue in there, like take a screwdriver with a little super glue on the end, stick it in between there so it has something to, kind of like an anchor, so it doesn't loosen up on you. But anyways, right here where we ended, at the bottom, we're going to do there, we're going to snip that and melt it. Okay, you see we snipped that and melted it. Okay. Take your small screwdriver, like a jeweler's screwdriver. Get some glue. Just put it on the tip. Just like that. And I'm probably going to put it like right in here. Something like that. Just a little extra security right there. Might take a couple jabs, you never know, right around the whole thing, so. Alright guys, we're ready to attach our whip to our handle. This is the tricky part. I'm going to make sure that if you're looking for a tight fall hitch, or maybe a tight keeper, the 3/4 inch rod is extremely tight, so you probably want to use 1 inch to 1 1¼ inch dowel rod. So this is not going to be easy to get on by any means. So what we do is we take this, pat that down, slide this over the top, kind of work its way down a little bit, just like that. I'm going to take our other end, feed it through. This is what I was talking about, being really tight, but so working its way through. Almost there. Once. Oh. Once you get it through, it's not going anywhere, that's for sure. That's how you attach the 2 loops, making a keeper. So it's kind of a chore to go through that with that smaller diameter, but it looks good after you're done. I'm going to show you guys what to do with the actual handle now.